that.
Okay, and go ahead. You're coming in and starting.
Awesome. Well, Michael, I'm excited about being able to take you through this orientation today. And so what I'm going to take you through is a packet that I take all my new people through. It's going to kind of give you some ground rules and some ideas, some objectives of what you're going to be looking to do over the next 30, 60, and 90 days. Okay, and there's a right way and a wrong way to learn this business, Michael. Which way would you like me to teach you?
Probably the right way.
Okay, so I'm going to actually teach you both ways, so you know what to do and also what not to do, okay? Because sometimes that's just as important or even more important than what to do, okay, to make sure that you're doing the right things.
Sure.
So a couple of things I want to go through with you first is you've got a couple of dates here that are going to be important. The first is the end of your Fast Start bonus. We're going to go through that in a little more detail, but if you remember me telling you when you joined that there is a way to get that $100 back that you pay to join, there's actually some promotions and even a little bit more cash available. Okay, and so you've got 30 days to do that. So you joined yesterday, it was the 11th.
Yep.
Okay, so you've got 30 days. And so that brings you to, let's call it the 10th of next month, right? Okay, and then we've also got you registered for class, right? Because we filled that out when we did your IBA. Do you remember what day your class is?
17th and 18th this weekend.
Very good. 17th and 18th, awesome. And then your state exam, we're going to go through. You probably don't have that scheduled yet, but we're going to have you schedule it in the class. Okay. And so I'm going to have you write that down on here. So just so you have the most important dates, time frames that you're kind of working in here, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, any questions so far?
No.
Okay, so before we jump into this, Michael, 90 days from now, this is going really, really well. It's accomplishing everything you wanted it to accomplish for you in your life. What does that look like to you?
That's a good question. Well, I definitely want to be licensed, and I'd like to make at least a couple extra grand a month if I can.
Okay.
That's why I came here.
Okay.
And then, if I could leave my job that quickly, I'd love to, but,
Okay.
maybe a little bit longer it might take.
Okay, a year from now, what does winning look like for you here? What does that mean to you financially? What's your lifestyle look like?
Yeah, well, full-time, absolutely by then. If I'm not full-time by then, there might be an issue.
Okay.
But then, I'd like to make at least what I'm making now.
Okay,
But
and what are you
ideally
making now?
more. About 50,000.
Okay, awesome. Well, if you follow this process, you're going to exceed that, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. So I'm going to take you through some of this information. Stop me if it doesn't make sense because it's all going to kind of build on itself, okay?
Sure.
All right, very good. So the first thing I want you to understand is building our business is kind of like a three-legged stool in the beginning, okay? So if you have a stool with 3 legs on them, it's going to be stable, right? Okay?
Absolutely.
Now, if you had a stool with 2 legs on it, Michael, what's going to happen to that stool?
It's going to fall.
It's going to fall over, right? Okay, so there's 3 things you need to be doing simultaneously in the beginning that if you do them together, you will have some success. You will get traction, you're going to make some money, you're going to feel like, wow, this is pretty simple, okay? If you kind of pick and choose here, then you're going to have a stool with 2 legs. It's probably not going to work as well, okay?
Yeah.
So you see they're numbered, and they're numbered basically just to show you where in the packet is the information that corresponds to that. They're not necessarily in any order, okay? They're all equally important. So I'm actually going to start you here with field training and fast start with number 3, okay?
Okay.
So Michael, listen, long range, your ability to make my sort of income and have my lifestyle in this business is going to be dependent on how well you can teach other people to get the results that you're getting. Okay, so the best trainers, Michael, are people who were well trained by a great trainer. Does that make sense? Okay,
makes sense, yeah.
You learn the process, then you teach the process. So our goal, Michael, is that we're gonna do somewhere between 10 and 30 appointments together in your first 30 days, okay? The more you do, the more quickly you do it, the more recruits I'm gonna help you get, the more sales I'm gonna help you get, the more referrals I'm gonna help you get, but the better you're going to get to be able to train other people. Okay, if you see it a lot in a short amount of time, it's like riding a bike. You could not ride a bike for 10 years, but you still know how to ride a bike, right?
Sure, yeah.
Because for a while when you were a little kid, you just took that thing all around the neighborhood 5 times a day, every day, right? A lot in a short amount of time. You understanding?
Yep,
okay.
I understand.
So I'm going to take you now to a compensation page, okay? And help you understand kind of how the rules to the game work, okay? So if you don't understand something here, again, I really want you to stop, okay? So let's look at this top part. Okay, so there are 7 contracts, Michael, in Primerica, ranging from rep, which is the contract you and I and everybody else starts at.
Okay.
And something called regional vice president, which is the highest contract you can have. It is the only contract here that does require you to be full-time in our business. Okay, so the rest of them are available to you on a part-time basis.
Okay.
Follow that?
Yep.
Okay. So everybody starts out at rep. Okay. Average sale on life insurance, Michael, you see down here is about $83 a month or $1,000 a year.
Okay.
Now some people pay more than that. Some people pay less than that. Okay, but that's the average.
Sure.
So if you're the low guy on the totem pole and you're a rep, your commission is 25%. Okay, so you're getting 25% of that $1,000 sale, or how much money, Michael?
$250.
$250, which is not bad for a half an hour's worth of work, right? You'd agree with that?
Yeah, of
Okay, that's
course.
good money. Okay, so here's what happens. To get to the next level, it's a 35% contract. On the same sale, your commission would go from $250 to what?
$350.
$350. All you have to do is 3 recruits and $3,000 in sales in a month, okay? And you get to this. You see, you also have to come to a couple of trainings. I'll go through that in a minute. To get to district leader, the contract is 50%. Your average commission is what?
500.
500, right? So $500 for half an hour, maybe an hour. If you did that a couple times a week, that's your $50,000 a year income, right? Does
Yeah,
that make
absolutely.
sense? Okay, what do you have to do to get there, Michael?
6 recruits by 6,000.
Yeah, in 1 month. Okay,
Yep,
you
1
understand?
month.
Okay, so
Oh,
you can
yeah.
see you get even higher, division 60, 70, 80. Here's the corresponding amounts that you
yeah.
need to do. Okay, so Michael, this isn't whether I like you. This isn't you talk your way into it. You get the numbers. The promotion's yours. No ifs, ands, or buts. You don't need to ask anybody. That's how it works, okay? There's no favoritism. You earn it, it's yours. Okay, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal though. We have something very, very exciting for our new people. In your first 30 days, okay, you see the red down here, in your first 30 days, we actually make it half as hard. We make it twice as easy for you to go get promoted if you do it in your first 30 days. So I
Okay.
want you to look. So we're still starting at rep, okay? But in your first 30 days to get to 35%, what did you have to do normally? 3 recruits and 3,000.
Correct.
Right? If you do it in your first 30 days, what do you need to do, Michael? 1 recruit and 1 app. So instead of 3 and 3, it's 1 and 1. It's literally a third of the work to do it in your first 30 days. So Michael, let me ask you a question. Would you rather do 3 times the work later or do it easy now?
Well, obviously no.
Okay, good. That's the right answer. Congratulations. Okay, so district leader, instead of 6 and 6, right? It's half as much. It's 3 and 3. Division leader, instead of 10 and 10, it's what? Half as much. 5 and 5. So in your first 30 days, Michael, you can actually get all the way up to 60% doing half as much work as if you wait. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, so our goal, minimum in the first 30 days, is to do what? The 5 recruits and the 5 sales to get you where?
To division.
To the 60% contract. And Michael, I need you to follow me here because this is super important. It is unlikely that you're going to be actively licensed in the first 30 days. Okay, why? Well, your class is next week, right? Okay, and then you're going to study for a few days and you're going to pass, and then the state's going to take a week or 2 weeks to give you the license.
Okay.
Right? So that's why we make it easier for you in your first 30 days because it's unlikely you're going to be licensed. So the 5 recruits, those are your recruits. Okay? The 5 sales, those are your sales as well. But because you're not actively licensed, can you be paid directly for those sales? Shake your head like this. Okay.
No.
Why not?
Well, I'm not licensed.
You're not licensed, right? Okay. Who gets paid directly on those first 5 sales?
You would?
Me or your trainer, whoever's licensed training you. Okay.
Okay.
But Michael, we understand you want to be paid. So we pay you in 3 ways. Okay. The first way is this. On the way to that promotion, you're going to get $300 of cash, okay? Just kind of for your time and a little bit of training bonus. That's way 1. Way 2 is we've now got you at 60% on an infinite amount of sales forward.
Okay.
So no matter how many sales you make in the future, you're getting like 2.5 times what you would be getting if you just waited and started here. So not only is it way easier to get the promotion, but once you're promoted and licensed, you're making way more money on everything. Do you understand that?
Yeah, makes sense.
Very, very quickly, you're gonna make back the little bit of money you didn't make on those first few deals at 25 by being at 60. You get that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Michael, the real pay is this. I need you to really pay attention. This is the magic of our business, okay? The real pay is here. In addition to the 5 life apps that we just talked about, I also helped you get 5 recruits, right?
Yeah.
What do your 5 people, Michael, need to do in their first 30 days to get to division leader 60%?
Well, they would need to do this.
They
too.
need to do the same thing. Okay, so watch the math here. You got 5 guys who each bring in 5 sales, right? How many sales did your guys bring in? 25 sales. Now you're licensed, but they're not. So who's getting the money on their 25 sales, Michael?
Well, I would.
You are, right? At what level? 60 instead of,
25.
right? If you're making $600 on 25 sales, Michael, how much money is that? It's like 15 grand, right?
I'll take your word for it.
Okay. So if you follow this process and you teach other people to follow the process very quickly, Michael, you're going to be getting your own sales, but you're going to be having people bringing you sales galore.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. If you don't do this process, you have nobody bringing you sales. You start all the way at the bottom. You got to do 2 or 3 times more work to get to that top level. Right? Does that make sense?
It does.
So no ifs, ands, or buts. We're going to do that 5 recruits and 5 sales.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yeah.
You have any questions on how this works?
No, that makes sense.
Okay, very good. So part of what we're going to do is we're going to make a fast start schedule and a fast start list. Okay? So we're going to come back to this in a second.
Okay.
Let me show you a little bit of the other process here, okay? So let's go to the middle. The middle here is trainings and conference calls. I don't know if you picked this up, Michael, but if you look on the Fast Start promotion guideline, you have to come to 1 Tuesday class and 1 Friday class in order to be eligible for the promotions.
Okay.
Let me show you a little bit about training and help you understand it, okay? This is where most people are gonna mess this up. If they mess this up, it's here. And the reason that it's being messed up is because they just don't understand why it's important. So follow me on this. We've got your 5 guys, right?
Okay.
Okay, that we talked about, right?
Yeah.
5 recruits, 5 sales. Well, if your 5 guys don't know what they're doing, how many sales are they gonna make?
Well, probably none.
None. So how much money are you gonna make?
Probably none.
Okay, so we've got to train your 5 guys, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So we get 2 choices. We can sit here like this with your 5 guys and train them for 3 hours a week individually. And if we did that, that would take 15 hours a week training your 5 guys for 3 hours each, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or we can get your 5 guys to come to the same place at the same time for a training, right? And it only takes 3 hours because they're all in the same place, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if we had 50 guys? How long would that take? 3 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if we had 500 guys? How long would that take? 3 hours, right? So this equals freedom. But most people don't get it. They think, well, I don't get paid to come to this training. I'm busy, right? And a business person says, this is where my leverage is. I can put unlimited people in the room. It doesn't take my time more than 3 hours, and I can have lots of people getting results, right? You understand?
Makes sense.
So let me show you how that works. Okay, so we have Tuesdays and Friday trainings. We've got multiple locations here, okay? So Fridays, we all meet together at the Co-op, okay, which is in Troy. It's Friday night, starts at 7 p.m., okay, goes 7 to 8:30. There are tons of people. It's high energy. You're gonna hear from all the best speakers on what they're doing to build their business. It's not theory. You're hearing from people who are succeeding on why they're succeeding. Okay, you understand that? Super, super important. And then Tuesdays, we have a bunch of branch offices, okay? And so you're actually out of the Auburn Hills office, all right? So you see that here. And so here's your Tuesday, 7 to 8, okay? So
Gotcha.
Tuesdays, you're in Auburn Hills. Fridays, you're at Troy. Does that make sense?
Yep,
You see
makes
we have
sense.
some other locations around here as well, but you're gonna be coming to this one. That's your home location, okay? So Tuesdays, 7 to 8, Friday, 7:30 to 8, and then we actually have a Sunday night conference call, okay, from 8:30 to 9, so that's 30 minutes. So between all the trainings, it's 3 hours a week. Not a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's the most important time of the week. Without this, you will not be able to train other people efficiently. If you don't train other people efficiently, most of the goals that you've set, Michael, won't happen. You
Gotcha.
understand that? Okay, so it's imperative that you come to these. Now, what I teach my people, Michael, is listen, if you want my attention, you want me to work for you, I will work harder for you than anybody you've ever seen, okay? But you need to be coming to my trainings, right? Because think about it like college. You ever go to college?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine you walk in the day before a final exam to your science professor and you're like, Professor, listen, I need some help. I'm missing some of this information. Would you help me? And he looks at his attendance sheet and he sees you skipped half the classes. What's that professor going to say to you, Michael? Get lost,
Yeah, something
right?
like
Okay,
that,
You
yeah.
should have thought about that before you skipped half my classes. Now I have to teach you in person what I taught everybody together. Never going to happen, right? Okay,
Absolutely.
it's the same way here. Okay, if I got to teach you what I've taught everybody else in classes, Michael, there's no way to disinterest me in you and your future quicker than you not coming to my trainings. Do you understand?
Yeah,
You understand why? My time's important to me. Your time should be important to you. If it is, then we're going to leverage our time to train people quickly. Do you understand that?
That makes sense.
Now, let's reverse that role. You come into my office, I'm the professor, and I'm like, hey, Michael, I know your name. You sit in the front row. You bring me coffee every day. You're asking questions. You turn in the homework. You're at all the study sessions. Am I more or less likely, Michael, to give you the personal time you've asked for?
Probably more like.
Why? Because I've seen you're doing everything I've asked, and you have a hunger to learn, and you want some help. I'm going to bend over backwards to help you, and I will treat you in the exact same way. You will never, Michael, see somebody work harder for you than I will work. But you got to meet me halfway. You miss my trainings, I can't help you. You come to my trainings, I will help you more than you would ever imagine somebody helping you. Do you understand that?
Yeah, that's
Is
fair.
that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so I want you to pull out your phone real quick and go to your calendar, and I'm going to help you also set this up for the next couple weeks. Okay, so it is required that you come to at least one Tuesday and one Friday for the promotions, okay? But really, if you want to be big, just put every Tuesday and every Friday in, right? Because you're going to miss a training where we teach you something that you needed to know, right? And it's going to be done. So let's look at your Fast Start schedule week 1. So Tuesday, right, at 7 p.m. in Auburn Hills, we have our training.
Okay.
Okay. So I want you to put that in your schedule real quick. Can you do that for me? Okay, so just go to Tuesdays. And here's what I'm going to ask you for, Michael. I'm going to ask you for a 6-month commitment.
Okay.
Every Tuesday, every Friday for 6 months. Okay?
Okay.
And in 6 months, we'll reevaluate. If you're following the system, you're going to be like, this is awesome. You're going to have a big team. You're going to be making residual income. Probably going to be out of your job, or you're going to be very close to being out of your job and running your own business. And we're going to keep going. If not, and you haven't really followed this system, in 6 months, we'll reevaluate whether it still makes sense for you to stay as plugged in as that, okay? Is that fair?
Yeah, that's
6
fine.
months?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
So 7 p.m. Friday, or Tuesday, sorry, both weeks, first week and second week, we're going to put that in. So go ahead and put that in. Okay, can you do that now? You're doing it?
Yep,
Okay,
working on
very
it.
good. And then Fridays, we've got 7 p.m. to 8:30 in Troy, right, at the co-op. Okay, 7 to 8:30, so we got both of those in. You got those in your calendar?
Yep, I already got them in
And
there.
then remember, Sunday we have the 8:30 conference call.
I'll put that in there too.
Okay? So again, I want you to put it on every week. Okay, and Michael, listen, stuff comes up, the grandma needs you to paint her fence, you gotta do it before or after, okay?
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any concern with that process at all?
No.
Do you have any standing conflicts right now? Are you taking a class at school that happens Tuesday night?
No. I get out at work at 6, so
Okay.
unless it runs over, I should be there
Okay.
on time. And
So tell me yes.
yes.
Okay, great. So you've got a class Tuesday night. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to miss one of those classes to be here so you can get that promotion, okay?
Okay.
Just once, okay? And then Fridays you're good, right?
Yeah. Fridays.
So we're gonna
I'm
come
good.
to every Friday, we're gonna come to every conference call, and we're gonna reschedule this Tuesday class to come to this, right? Or maybe you show up late to the class, but you need to come once at least, right? Okay, does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah, that's okay.
Do you have any questions on that?
No, I can do
Okay.
it one time.
Very good. So, let's go back to the stool.
Okay.
Lastly is this life insurance license. Okay, so without the license, right, you won't be able to be paid on all those sales your people are gonna bring in. So you've gotta get that. Your class is scheduled, right? Okay, we want you to schedule your test, okay, during class. So there's actually a wonderful licensing checklist here. It's
Okay.
important for you to do, right? So you need to register for Primerica Online. I don't know if you've done that yet or not, but go ahead and create a registration. I told you before, there's a free version, a paid for version. You have the paid for version included for the first 30 days, so take advantage of it, okay? Go on, log in, right? Follow the instructions on the screen. You are registered for your pre-licensing class, right? So we've got that done. And we're gonna go the 17th, you said, right?
Yes, this
Okay, very
upcoming
good.
weekend.
So that's your responsibility to go to that class, right? Okay, you're gonna schedule your exam the first day of class. Here's a mistake a lot of people make, Michael. They wanna wait till they're ready to schedule the exam. Okay, so if we did anything else in life like that, we'd all still be in kindergarten, right? If your kindergarten teacher said, Michael, tell me when you're ready with the blocks and triangles to schedule your kindergarten final exam. You'd be 25 years old, still waiting to schedule it, getting prepared, right? In school, what do? They tell you the first day of class, here's the exam date, and then what? You prepare accordingly,
Okay, yeah.
right? Does that make sense? So we're gonna schedule the exam date so you can prepare accordingly. If you don't schedule it, it is unlikely you'll ever even take it. You understand that? Okay? Once you get that done, there's some forms that you can fill out. There's practice exams online, okay? And no matter what happens, pass, fail, you gotta let me know what happens. Sometimes people are embarrassed if they don't pass. You're probably gonna pass, but if you don't, no big deal. We pay for you to take it an unlimited amount of times. You can take it like every 24 to 48 hours, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so Michael, listen, I'd rather you fail it twice and pass a third time in a week than pass with a 99% 4 months from now.
Okay.
You understand
Yeah,
that?
that makes sense.
Okay, you have any questions on that?
No, that part makes sense.
Okay, so just a couple of resources for you, okay? You have Facebook?
I do.
Okay, so I want you to type in your search bar, Best PRI System, #relentless, and then click join. And the reason there's a ton of material, I do a lot of live trainings on there, but there's a pinned post at the top, okay? So if you view the pinned post, all the audios, how to set appointments, the normal objections you're gonna get, how to give a recruiting presentation, how to give a kitchen table presentation, how to close. All the necessary things are on there, plus a lot of great, more in-depth leadership training. It's all free. It's all available for you to go at your pace. You're like, man, I wanna kill this thing. I wanna make $200,000 my first year. You can go through that at your pace. You can become a pro at this week without any help from me. You show up to your licensing class or that Tuesday training knowing way more than most people already because you've gotten that resource. Okay?
Okay.
So let's do that right now, actually. Can you go to Facebook real quick? And I want you to type, make sure you find it. Don't join some bizarre group that's not ours. Okay? So tell me when you're there.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, very good. So go ahead and hit join. We'll approve you shortly, and then remember
Okay.
you're going to the pin post. Okay. The last thing we're going to do right now, Michael, is we're going to actually make a list for your fast start, the 5x5, right? That we're going to get in the first 30 days. We're going to make a list of the people that we're going to call to go see that. Okay. So 2 sorts of people: recruits. These are people that are going to be more interested in the opportunity, and then kitchen tables. These will be people that are probably going to be more interested in our products and services. Okay, now they can be both,
Okay.
but we're gonna delineate them by this. Up in this right hand corner here, you see there's 5 characteristics. Married, they're between the age of 25 and 65. They have children. They own a home. They have a job making more than 30 grand a year.
Okay.
If they have all 5 of those, Michael, we call that a 5-pointer.
Okay.
So if they're 4 or 5 pointers, we're gonna set up what sort of appointment here?
Kitchen table.
Right? Because they're gonna be mostly interested in our products and services, maybe in joining the business, okay? If there are 3 or less of these,
Okay.
they're gonna probably be mostly interested in joining the business and products and services later. You understand that?
Okay.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through and we're gonna get some names down. This is gonna take just 5 or 10 minutes, okay? And I'm gonna give you some coaching, and then we'll go through and we'll put the names down. What's gonna happen is we're gonna take a picture of that. Okay, so you're gonna have a copy, I'm gonna have a copy, and that way we can kind of work together, even if we're remote. Say, hey, Michael, how'd it go with cousin Steve? Because I see cousin Steve's here, okay? I'm not gonna call your list. I'm not interested in calling your list, but I am interested in making sure that you put great people on it and that we're really efficient getting that 5 by 5. The faster we get it done and the better people we do it with, the more explosive your business growth is gonna be. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
So Michael, I want the best people. I don't want you taking me to, Snaggletooth Tim, okay? I want you to take me to the best, most credible, hardworking people that you know, okay? Because they're all gonna find great value in what we're doing, okay? So here's a little kind of an acronym to help you think about who we're looking for on the recruiting side, okay? But here's what I want you to think about. Imagine you were starting this business today and it wasn't $124, it was $124,000.
Okay.
And you just paid that. And you get to build your team of 5 people that you want in business with you, helping you to grow the business. Who are those 5 people? Work ethic like crazy, entrepreneurial, great people, lots of credibility. Who comes to mind?
A guy named Tony.
Okay, so Tony, very good. Who else?
Another guy named Mike.
Okay, wonderful. And so I'm gonna get all these, right,
Yep.
from you. And then I'm gonna go through and Steve. Okay, Michael, who do you know that's great at sales? Who do you know that's a phenomenal teacher? My goal is to have all of those filled out with potential recruits, right? And then we're gonna go through kitchen tables. So Michael, you got a family, right?
Yeah.
Okay, mom and dad?
Yep.
They in the area?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. What are their names?
Mike and
Okay.
Sandra.
Do you have aunts and uncles in the area?
I have one,
Okay, what's their name?
Larry, and I should know Lynn. I
Okay,
should know
great. And brothers and sisters?
Not that are 4 or 5 pointers. A
Okay.
younger sister.
Okay, very good. What about like friends' parents that you're pretty close with? Anybody like that?
Yeah. Absolutely. And there's the neighbors, Vicky and Kurt.
Okay, very
And
good.
there's my mom's friend Jane.
okay. What about people maybe you go to church with or you play sports with? Anybody like that that comes to your mind? A teacher, a coach you're close with?
My coach Damien.
Okay, awesome, very good. And so I'm gonna get all these filled out and then we're gonna set and call right then, right? So, all right, Michael, listen, we're gonna make some calls. We're gonna set some stuff up, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna go see him. Now, if he has low credibility, I'm gonna make the call. Hey, this is Ian Pruckner. I'm sitting here with Michael O'Connell. Mike, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, great, right? Hey, Michael's getting involved with our firm. He's gonna be working on some financial licenses. He had mentioned you might be willing to be a reference for him. I've got some questions about it. Hey, by the way, Michael needs to do some training appointments. He mentioned you might be willing to help him out with 30 minutes of your time, kind of see what he's doing, help him get some training under the belt. No obligation, obviously, if you see something you like, we'd be happy to help you, but okay, and if he's great, then he's gonna do the phone calls and we're good. So our goal is minimum, we get set up enough to have the 5 by 5 be a reality. Okay, right, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes
Okay,
sense.
so Michael, I'm gonna take a picture of that. So let's recap back on this first stool, okay?
Okay.
So we need to get 5 recruits and 5 sales fast. When do we have to do that by? End of your
30 days. Yeah.
Right, okay, preferably in the first week or 2 weeks, right? Because the faster we get those people, Michael, the faster they're gonna be doing that, and the faster those people are gonna be doing that. You'd have 100 people on your team in the next 90 days if you do this right. Imagine that. Can you imagine 100 people every time every one of them makes a sale, you're getting paid, sitting on the couch, what's your favorite thing to do in your free time?
Golf.
Okay, imagine being on the golf course. Somebody makes a sale, you get $100 or $200 or $300 playing golf.
I'd play
Imagine you
again.
do that every day, right? Okay, that's what I'm gonna help you build. Okay, but we wanna do it quickly. That makes sense?
Mhm.
Okay, so we need 5 recruits, 5 sales in the first 30 days. Okay, your life insurance license, we've got class scheduled. Remember, we're gonna set the test when? During class.
During class, yeah.
Okay, and we're gonna take that thing. I'd rather you fail 3 times, pass the 4th in a week, than pass with a 99 4 months from now, right? It's about how quick we can pass it. And then lastly is we've got our trainings and conference calls. You've got those in your
Yeah, we
in your
put
calendar.
them in.
Absolutely. You've downloaded or gotten onto the best PRI system.
I joined. I don't know
Yep.
if they've gotten me in there
Okay,
yet.
remember, just go through and listen to the pin posts, go through the audios, and start studying them, okay? Be a student of it. It's going to be really, really great. So, Michael, do you have any questions?
None right now. Are you making those calls today?
Yep, we're going to give them a call here in a little bit. So I'm going to leave you for a couple minutes just to finish filling it out. Okay, and then I'm going to help you make some calls. It's going to be awesome. They're going to be really, really receptive, and I'm going to be here to help in case they're not. Okay, I'm going to help you get those appointments.
Okay.
Okay, good. Awesome. All right, let's get started.
Awesome.
Done? Good?
Boom.
Okay. All right.
One of these days.
Go!